Crystal Palace are a side that have really solidified their place as a Premier League staple since their promotion in 2013 after 8 years out of the top flight. Despite their success in staying in the Premier League, the club has still gone through 7 managers in the 4 years since promotion. Ian Holloway, Tony Pulis, Neil Warnock, Alan Pardew, Sam Allardyce, Frank de Boer, and finally Roy Hodgson. However, the cracks are finally starting to appear at Selhurst Park, as at the time of recording, the Eagles are still yet to have notched a goal in the current Premier League season, leaving them sitting rock bottom of the table. It is now our responsibility as Mr. Rebuild to take over the South London club and rescue them before it is too late. Not only will we save Palace in the short term, we will aim to revolutionise the club and win them the Champions League trophy. Ladies and gentlemen, it is time to rebuild Crystal Palace. G'day guys, how's it going? It is JarradHD here. Welcome back to another FIFA 18 rebuilding video. First of all, a big thank you to all the support that was shown on the Arsenal rebuild a few days ago. Awesome support, and I really look forward to some of the rebuilds that we will be producing this year. And one rebuild that I've had in my mind to make for a long time was this Crystal Palace rebuild. You guys have been flooding the comments even back in FIFA 17 saying that you wanted to do Crystal Palace, and I thought now was the perfect time. They've broken the Premier League record for the most amount of time without scoring a goal, so they need saving. For those of you who have not seen a rebuilding challenge video yet, here are the rules. So the main objective of this is to take a team to the Champions League final. We will be simulating every single game up until the Champions League final, which we will play ourselves. We can make whatever transfers we like. Realistic, unrealistic, it does not matter. There's a big focus on the transfer window, only showing players that we sign. And finally, don't get butthurt if I sell your favorite player. Let's get into the rebuild. But if you guys do go on to enjoy today's rebuild and you're glad to see the series back, make sure that you leave a like on the video, and also make sure that you bloody scorpion kick that subscribe button down below if you are new around here. So here is our starting 11 for this first season, and for the first time in rebuild history, I do believe it is, we're going to be rocking a 5 at the back formation, which is definitely going to be quite interesting. Palace are stacked in terms of their defensive assets, so I thought let's use that to our advantage today. But this Palace lineup is weird. We've got some absolute machines in the team like Wilfried Zaha, like Christian Benteke, like Sacco, but then we've got positions that really need upgrading, like Wayne Hennessy. We need to get a new goalkeeper, and I'd say we probably need to go in for a new right back and maybe a new centre midfielder because Johan Cabaye is 31 years old. So in the last rebuild, we went on for so long. We absolutely babbled on about the signings. So I think from now on in the rebuilds, I'm going to show you these little screens here to announce players because you have all the details there, and it just condenses it nice and quickly and gets back to the true form of the rebuild, which is getting through a career mode series in rapid fashion. So anyways, let's get into it now. Let's go and sign some players. So here it is, fellas. Our first signing for the Crystal Palace rebuild is going to be the English international keeper. It is a big pickup, Jack Butland signing for £27.3 million. It was pretty decent wages as well, like 67,000 a week. So welcome to Crystal Palace, Jack Butland. So we're getting the business done nice and quickly. We've signed ourselves a brand new right back. It is going to be Kelvin Adu, who is coming into the club for 4.85 million plus Bakary Sacco, the left midfielder Sacco that is. Awesome pickup, our future right back. He grows into an absolute machine. So welcome to Selhurst Park, Kelvin Adu. And the first player to leave our Crystal Palace squad is going to be Papa Soiree. A lot of history with Palace after his injury for the past season, but we have to be cutthroat if we want to turn the ship around. He is off to Cagliari for 4.1 million. And a massive signing here, a signing I went into not expecting to happen, but we have got an absolute bargain here as Schalke have accepted 30.8 million for Leon Goretzka. So, the 22-year-old German is joining Crystal Palace. Welcome to Crystal Palace, Leon Goretzka. And our next player departure from this Crystal Palace side is Lee Chung-yong. He is off to Newcastle United for £2 million. Two more player departures here. We're really cleaning out the house. James MacArthur, the Scottish midfielder, off to Huddersfield for 5.3 million, and Jason Punchin is heading to the Championship. He's off to Derby County for 3.8 million. Well, our first game in the Premier League, and we've already done more than we did in real life. We scored a goal. So a pretty interesting transfer here. Scott Dan, although he's an awesome player in real life, is 30 years old in this stage, so we all know what happens in FIFA when a player turns 30. They go downhill real quick, so the fact that Besiktas wanted to buy him for £9.1 million, I couldn't deny that. So Scott Dan is going to Besiktas. We've been doing some real good business so far, and we continue that trend. Scott Dan left, we had to replace him. I thought, let's go in for a young but still relatively cheap centre-back that can grow for us. So we've signed Wallace from Lazio for 13.2 million. So our latest player departure is Wayne Hennessy. I didn't see the need to keep him around since we got Jack Butland. Speroni will now become our number 2 keeper. So here we are on transfer deadline day with another transfer. I'm over the moon with the business we've done, but I was looking at our squad with the little bit of money we had left and thought, we need a backup for Wilfried Zaha in case something goes wrong. So a minuscule amount of money, £1.1 million for Marcus Edwards from Spurs. He could be a weapon for us as this rebuild progresses. So here we go, 1 hour to go on transfer deadline day. It has been a ridiculously strong window for us. Our squad is looking so good. Got rid of a lot of deadwood and brought in a lot of top quality talent. So we'll simulate now to January and see how we're performing. So this is unexpected to say the least, but we are in the title race, and by God, this is the weirdest title race you will ever see in the Premier League. The top 4 is Watford, Everton, Crystal Palace, and West Ham. Of course, my computer wants to interrupt. But that is genuinely weird to see these types of teams in the top 4. Looking down at the drop zone, Stoke City not having a good season at all. Brighton and Newcastle are in danger of going back down as well. But this is one odd looking Premier League table. Also, I found out from the last rebuild that the first season says 21 games because it's a World Cup year, but besides that, it goes back to 19 after that. But in terms of player signings and the business we do in January, I'm not so sure. We don't really need any improvements to the squad at the moment, and financially, we don't have that much to work with, but we'll see what happens. If nothing happens, so be it, but I'll be sure to inform you. So here we go with 1 hour to go on transfer deadline day. As I predicted, it has been a nothing sort of window. No offers that really interested me and no players that I needed to go in for, but we're flying in the league. Let's hope we can keep that up. I'll check in with you guys at the end of the season. Alright, so here we are at the conclusion of season number 1, and I genuinely don't believe it, lads. We have finished in equal 4th position. Spurs only get the top 4 spot because of goal differential. We finish in 5th place, meaning that we will be playing Europa League football next season. That is surprising. I went into this season thinking, alright, let's not get relegated, but we've managed to finish in the top 5. We've finished ahead of teams like Liverpool and Arsenal. And the 3 teams being relegated are Brighton, Stoke City, and Newcastle United. And of course, Chelsea won the Premier League title on goal differential ahead of Man United. Checking out the FA Cup, we did lose in the quarterfinals to Manchester United, who went on to win the whole thing. And a shock exit, I guess you could say, in the Carabao Cup, as we do lose in the round of 16 to QPR. Man United did win the Champions League as well. A surprise final there. Roma versus Man United. They won 3-0. And Bordeaux beat PSG, a all-French final there. They won the Europa League. Hopefully we can be in that position next season. But anyways, here is a look at the squad report at the end of the first season. Our squad is developing quite nicely. The players we brought in are growing quite nicely. We're going to lose our Fosu Mensah at the end of the season, which sucks because he is on loan. So we might have to look at bringing in a new central defender, new centre back. Goretzka up to an 84, which is awesome to see. But it's going to be interesting to see next season what positions we need to improve on and how we can go overall in the second season. But that is the end of the first season. Exceeded expectations. Let's see if we can improve our squad further. And I know it sounds stupid, but maybe even push for Champions League football next season. Let's get into season number 2. So our opening piece of transfer business is for a brand new left back. We are going to be bringing in Abdul Rahman Baba from Chelsea for £18.5 million. A great pickup there. As you can see, I'm slowly but surely replacing players and bringing players in that can be either here for the entirety of the rebuild or that can be stepping stones for future upgrade. And our first player departure for the season is going to be Joel Ward leaving the club. He is off to Turf Moor, off to Burnley for £5.8 million. Our second signing is a huge one. Memphis Depay is back in the Premier League. He is coming from Lyon for £17.5 million along with Andros Townsend. A very good upgrade in my opinion. So welcome to Selhurst Park, Memphis Depay. So here we are with 1 hour to go in the transfer window. If we scroll across and look at the work we've done, it's exactly what we needed to do with the resources. We've upgraded our left side. We've brought in a top quality left winger in Memphis Depay and a future quality left back in Baba. He's already upgraded. We've upgraded in the overalls. So that's what our squad looks like right now. It's looking pretty damn good. Hopefully we can finish where we did last season, but I'll talk to you guys in January. Might go in for a pre-contract signing then. So I thought we were in the Europa League this season, but it turns out technically we have an opportunity to complete the rebuild this season. We finished in 5th, which meant we went into the qualifiers. I watched ourselves go through the qualifiers, but I just assumed they were Europa League qualifiers. So if you see here, we lost the first leg against Copenhagen 2-1, but we actually won the second leg 3-0. Didn't even realize it was the Champions League, which is a little bit embarrassing. So it's a tough bloody group. Barcelona, Olympique Marseille and Celtic. So instead of seeing you guys in January, I will see you at the end of the Champions League group stages, which will be 10 minutes for me and about 3, 2, 1 for you. So unsurprisingly, we don't make it out of the group stages in our first attempt in season 2, but we put up a goddamn good fight here. We only finished 2 points away from Celtic and we finished equal with Marseille. So overall, a pretty respectable effort considering we're Crystal Palace and it's the second season. So here we are on the 1st of January and we are in the top 4 race again. Don't ask me how we are ahead of sides like Arsenal, Manchester United, Liverpool, Man City, Everton, but we are in 3rd position. Even more surprisingly, Burnley, they're in 2nd. So this rebuild is a weird one to say the least at the moment. In the relegation battle, it is Villa, Huddersfield and Norwich in the drop zone, but Leicester and West Brom are pretty damn close as well. But anyways, here we are on the 1st of January 2019. We'll have a look and see what business we can do. Maybe a pre-contract for next season, but I'll make sure I show you and keep you updated. So we've made our first signing and our first pre-contract signing for the entirety of FIFA 18. It is a massive one. It cost us Manolos, the Greek centre-back, is going to be joining us next season on a free transfer. We're giving him £100,000 a week and I put in a £2 million signing bonus, but that saves us on what would have been a pretty expensive transfer fee to begin with. So welcome next season, Kostas Manolas. Alright, so a player departure here in January. Although he's someone that I'm a big fan of in real life, well, at least when he was at Newcastle I was a big fan, but Johan Cabaye is off to Bournemouth for £5.6 million. 33 years old, he was going down rapidly, so we may as well sell him and invest that money in a youngster who can grow with us throughout the rebuild. That's the best tactic in my opinion. So we're going to go ahead and get a replacement for Johan Kambai. It is going to be Frankie de Jong from Ajax. We're picking him up for £6.1 million, so virtually the majority of the money that we got for Johan Kambai is going to be invested right into this young lad. 75 rated already at 21, so he should grow into an absolute beast. So here we go, fellas. 1 hour to go in the January transfer deadline day. We've done the business we need to, and this rebuild is coming along better than I could have ever expected. Quicker as well, so much quicker. Kostas Manolas and de Jong, Frankie de Jong in the club, Johan Kambai out. So this is what our squad looks like right now. Hopefully we can stay in the top 4, and if we do get some good business at the start of next season, there's no reason why we can not go into the knockout rounds. Like Goretzka, 86 rated already, Depay 82, Zaha 83, add along an 86 rated Kostas Manolas next season, 84 Butland. Our squad is looking legit. Anyways, we'll simulate to the end of the season now, and I'll talk to you then. So here we are after 38 games played, and unfortunately we've dropped off a little bit in the second half of the season. So has Burnley, but we're going to finish in the identical position to where we did last season, 5th place. But then again, I am not complaining at all. I was expecting us to be maybe mid-table at this point. I didn't expect a challenge for Champions League football until about the 3rd or 4th season, so we're in a qualifier again, which means it's on for season 3. It is on. Chelsea do win another Premier League title. Liverpool and Man City and Man United round up the top 4. Arsenal, another disappointing season. Surely Wenger has been sacked by now. And Wolves, Huddersfield and Norwich all being relegated down to the Championship. The FA Cup title did go to Middlesbrough, who defeated Liverpool 2-1. We got knocked out by Liverpool in the semi-final. And then in the Carabao Cup, we were eliminated in the first round against Spurs. I do remember simming that game during the transfer window, but Chelsea, they won that tournament. The Champions League was won 2-1 by Bayern Munich. And finally, the Europa League was won 1-0 by Sevilla over Everton. So this Crystal Palace rebuild is genuinely one of the most enjoyable ones I have made so far. The squad is progressing like it's so rapid, so much more rapidly than I initially expected. Jack Butland made the team of the competition, but with Manolas coming in and maybe another few big name signings, there is no reason why we can't give the Champions League a good run in Season 3. So let's get into it. Let's get into Season 3 with Crystal Palace. The perfect way to start off Season 3. We have brought in the Brazilian central midfielder from Barcelona, Rafinha, on a £35 million deal. A great pickup. We were going to go in for him in Season 1, but we got Goretzka instead. So our midfield is going to be genuinely amazing now. So welcome to Crystal Palace, Rafinha. So now with Rafinha in the starting 11, this is what our side looks like. Compared to what we had from day one, there's only Sakho, Zaha and Benteke as original Palace players. I do plan on keeping Wilfried Zaha here for the majority of the rebuild up until he hits about 30 years of age, which hopefully we've got it within 4 seasons. But next up, I'll probably look to bring in a new centre back or maybe a new striker, probably a new centre back. But we're going to take it day by day and we'll see what happens. But our squad is looking genuinely impressive. And our first player departure for this 3rd season is someone that I was talking about potentially getting out of the club. Mamadou Sakho is off to Southampton for £23 million, so a pretty decent sum there. Thanks for your service, mate, but it's time to upgrade. So we've gone ahead and found Sakho's replacement. If you watched the Man United series, you would know that Lindelof is up there with one of my favourite players in the game so far. He is so good to use in-game. He is going to become one of our new starting centre-backs, and he is going to bolster our backline so much. Welcome to Crystal Palace, Victor Lindelof. So that's the end of our transfer window, the opening one for Season 3. Once again, we did the business we needed to. Rafinha and Lindelof in, Sakho out. So this is what our squad looks like. It is genuinely awesome. Now, I was wrong when I said we're playing Champions League. we got in the Champions League last year, I'm assuming because someone else, I don't know, probably some other technicality, but we are in the Europa League now, so not too worried about that. So I'll see you guys on the 1st of January. So here we are on the 1st of January, just about halfway through the season, and we're hovering around the same sort of spots we were last year, so good to see we're in contention once again. But this year, I think it is key that we finish in the top 4 and make Champions League football, because our squad is obviously that good at the moment. It is turning into one of the best squads in the Premier League, so I think by next season, if we make the Champions League, we will be a good shout to go the whole way. Looking at the drop zone, however, it is Newcastle, Aston Villa and West Ham in the drop zone. Man City only 2 points out of it. So here we are with 1 hour to go on transfer deadline day. It's been a bit of a non-event transfer window, as you can see if we scroll over. We've brought nobody in, we've sold nobody, but there was only 2 players I was even interested in getting rid of, and that was Van Aanholt and Milojevic, or however you pronounce it, but no decent offers came in for them. We had no money, so I will see you guys at the end of the season, hopefully in the top 4. Well, here we are at the end of season number 3, and we've missed out on Champions League football by 1 goddamn goal. Arsenal finish in their well-loved 4th position by 1 point, 14 goal difference. We had 13 goal difference, both on 63. But then again, Leicester, they had 63 as well, and we beat them on goal difference. So a very tight Champions League race, yeah. Man United win the Premier League title 3 points over Chelsea, and it is West Ham, Newcastle United and Aston Villa all getting relegated. Liverpool did beat Manchester United in the FA Cup final. Once again, we got really close, knocked out by United in the semi-finals. And in the League Cup, we were nowhere to be seen in the last 16. Chelsea dominated it, all the way through Chelsea dominated. They defeated Southampton 4-0 in the final of that tournament. The Champions League winners were Atletico Madrid, who did defeat Chelsea 1-0 in the final. And we managed to make it to the quarterfinals of the Europa League, where we were eliminated by Napoli, who ended up getting eliminated by Villarreal, who ended up defeating Real Madrid of all teams 2-0 in the Europa League final. So here is our squad report at the end of season number 3. Our squad is coming along so strongly. Our players are growing like absolute machines, and it's a shame we're not in the Champions League next year, because I think we'd give it a good crack. But my biggest priority right now, we've got a lot of big name players coming off contract at the start of next season that I can't afford to extend their contracts right at the moment. Look at that, Goretzka, 90 rated. He's one of the players off contract at the end of the season, but I want to next season begin with extending their contracts so we don't lose them on a free transfer in January. Then looking at spending the rest of our money on a couple, 1 or 2 or 3 maybe, big name signings to bolster the squad and guarantee us Champions League football for season 5. We're still absolutely killing it, and season 3 was an awesome season. So let's get into season 4 and see if we can improve this Crystal Palace squad even further. So kicking off season 4 with something I forgot to show you guys during January last year. Riedewald, our young centre-back, has left the club. Now this was because there was a number of top quality players out of contract in the last season, and I couldn't afford to sign them all in January, so unfortunately Riedewald went on a pre-contract. I was hoping he wouldn't sign one and would be able to stay to the end of the season where I would have had the money, but he had to leave, and it's pissed me off because he would have been worth a decent amount of money, but it is what it is. It's all a part of the rebuild experience. And our first signing for season number 4 is a massive one. Timo Werner is coming to Crystal Palace for £47 million, which was his transfer, his release clause. So we've bought him for his release clause, but I didn't mean to do that. Let's look. His value is 55 million. So that is an absolute steal. It's a terrible release clause from Leipzig, but it is a big move for us. So welcome to Crystal Palace, Timo Werner. So I was looking through our squad and I realized Jack Butland's the only goalkeeper we have, so I've gone ahead and I've brought in Danny Ward from Liverpool, Jurgen Klopp agreed a transfer fee of £3.2 million, so welcome to Crystal Palace, our new backup goalie, Danny Ward. So a pretty big player departure here. Christian Benteke has been awesome for us in this rebuild, but he's getting on. It's a business, it's a rebuild. We have to sell him. £26.7 million off to Southampton. Thanks for your service, Christian Benteke. So we've signed ourselves a brand new rotational centre-back who can potentially grow into a valuable asset, but Panagitos Retsos, I know I've mispronounced it somehow, but the Greek centre-back is signing from Leverkusen in the Bundesliga for £10.7 million. And our newest signing is going to be Andre Green he came from Botafogo or something like that in the Brazilian league, but officially or initially from Aston Villa. He is coming in for £11 million, and he's going to act as a viable backup to Wilfried Zaha that can also grow. So welcome to Crystal Palace, Andre Green. So there's 1 hour to go on transfer deadline day, and by God, have we had a ridiculously busy transfer window. Timo Werner, Danny Ward, Retsos and Green all in, Christian Benteke out. Our squad is looking legit. There is no reason why we can't qualify for the Champions League and even have a title run. So I will see you guys in January. So we seem to be drawn to 5th place in this rebuild so far. On the 1st of January 2021, we are sitting in 5th position, although we're only 1 point away from 3rd place Tottenham. And we are 6 points clear of 6th place Manchester United, which gives me a little bit of confidence, but we have to carry on getting results in the second half of the season. If we don't get the Champions League this season, then that is going down as a massive L. Looking at the relegation battle at the moment, Liverpool are pretty damn close. They are equal with 18th place Swansea, Sunderland and Sheffield Wednesday also down in the drop zone. So we haven't gone too full on with the transfer, like the pre-contract transfers, but we've gone ahead and got ourselves a brand new centre-back on a free for next season. Presnel Kimpembe from PSG is going to be joining us. I don't know his overall at the moment, but because I didn't have enough time to scout him, but I know for sure he's going to be a decent rated player. So welcome next season, Presnel Kimpembe. Unfortunately, another one of our players is leaving on a free next season. We didn't have enough money and I was trying to get rid of Van Aanholt anyway, so out of all the players that could have gone, probably not the worst one to leave, but he is off to Hamburg on a free next season. So here we are at the end of the January transfer window for the 4th season. 2 free transfers, Kimpembe in, Van Aanholt out. That's pretty good in my opinion. So anyways, let's simulate to the end of season 4 and see if we can get back in the Champions League. We're in, boys. By 1 point, we are finished above Arsenal at the end of season 4, and we are going to be playing Champions League football. Well, at least we're going to get the chance to qualify for Champions League football at the start of season number 5. This above us, there was actually quite a gap between us, Everton, Spurs, and Chelsea. 13 points behind Everton, so a big change there. Liverpool did have a good second half to the season as well. They escaped relegation, and the 3 sides being relegated are Huddersfield, Sunderland, and Sheffield Wednesday. In the FA Cup, we were eliminated in the quarterfinals by West Ham United. Manchester United went on to win that tournament. We were unable to make it to the last 16 of the League Cup. Chelsea did win that. Hopefully we're in this position next year, but it was Chelsea who also won the Champions League on penalties over Barcelona. And in the Europa League, we are edging so close to silverware in that tournament. We made it to the semi-finals, where we were eliminated by the eventual winners in Manchester City. So funnily enough, you can sell players at any time throughout the career mode, throughout the series now. So we have about 3 days to go in the season. Freddie Ladapo is off to Bradford City for £520,000. So that is the conclusion of the 4th season. We get a chance to go for the grand prize in season 5. We have an amazing squad. Let's do it. Let's get Crystal Palace a Champions League title. So I want to give the Champions League a good run for this 5th season. So we've gone ahead and signed ourselves a brand new left midfielder, Herving Lozano, the Mexican left winger from PSV Eindhoven in the Dutch league, is signing for £51 million. A huge pickup, 85 rated, adds that extra level now to our side. And a player departure here, he's been here since day one, but we're getting rid of Luka Milivojevic. I've butchered his name, but he is off to West Bromwich Albion for £13.1 million. So I was looking at our squad and I realised we've let too many right backs go. Martin Kelly left on a free, so we've gone ahead and signed Dimitri Konstantinidis. I've probably ruined his name there, but we got him on a brilliant deal. He had a buyout clause of 2.8 million, and as you can see, he's valued at 6.5 million. So we've picked him up from Benevento for 2.8 million pounds. Welcome to Crystal Palace, mate. Alright, so here we are with 1 hour to go on transfer deadline day. We've done the business we need to. Our squad is looking superb. Hopefully we can give it a good run this year at completing the challenge. But let's go have a look at our Champions League group. Alright, so we are in Group B for Season 5. Our first time in the Champions League since season number 2, so it's been a little while. But AC Milan, Shakhtar Donetsk, and Fenerbahce are in our group. So like I did in Season 2, I'll simulate to the end of the group stages to see how we go in 3, 2, 1. So we have finished second in our Champions League group, which is awesome to see. So we get a proper shot at completing the rebuild now into the round of 16. We finished second, AC Milan first. We didn't lose any games, but drawed a hell of a lot of them. So a tough challenge for us in the round of 16. We're going to be taking on Borussia bloody Dortmund. So we'll have to deal with that come February. So here we are on the 1st of January, and for the first time, we're top of the Premier League. We're 3 points ahead of Chelsea, 5 points ahead of Spurs, so it's a bit of a London affair here. Oh my god, look at the drop zone. Liverpool and Manchester City are both in the relegation zone, but guarantee you that they don't get relegated. Manchester United cutting it fine as well. So the Premier League has gone a little bit weird, but hopefully we can continue that heading into the second half of the season. Would be real good if we won the Premier League. But let's get into January now and see if we do any business. So nothing happened in this transfer window for us, but it didn't really need to happen. We've got a stacked squad. We didn't have all that money to make a big impact for it, and I think if we don't win the Champions League or at least go deep in it this year, then it's been a failure because our squad is genuinely insane. But anyways, we will finish up the window now, and I'll see you for our round of 16 or round of 32? Round of 16 clash, I think it is, against Dortmund. Yeah, round of 16. Here we go, boys. It is time for the Champions League round of 16. The first time that we are in the knockout rounds, I believe, for the Champions League. So we're going to be taking on Borussia Dortmund here. Our squad is goddamn strong. Red Sauce comes in at right back though, as our original one is out through injury. They get an away goal though in the 10th minute. We get an equaliser through Timo Werner, but an away goal is big. They've got Mohamed Salah, Lamar, Aubameyang. They've got a good side. Tar, Mendy. They've got the career mode beasts. Can we get a second goal here? That would be really good if we could. 20 minutes to go in this one. Come on, fellas. No, Lindelof, red carded. That means he's out for the second leg. That has not gone to plan. We have it up against us for the second leg. The second leg here, away to Borussia Dortmund. We have the odds stacked against us. No Lindelof. Luckily, Wallace is a suitable, decent replacement. Only lose 3 overall points, but we need an away goal. We can't act slowly. We need to... No, not them. Mohamed Salah. Rafinha gets us the away goal. Okay, so it is all tied up now. Away goal out of the equation for them. Can we get a goal and put it big time in our favour? Half an hour to go. Come on, fellas. Somebody needs to step up. Timo Werner, you need to step up. Come on, Timo. Somebody score. Are we going through extra time? Thomas Lamar, god damn it. No, Goretzka. Goretzka in the 88th minute ties it up. And we go through on away goals. I was just losing hope there. But at the last second, Leon Goretzka, 92 rated Goretzka, I think it is now, gets us through to the Champions League quarterfinals. So, an unexpected opponent here in the Champions League quarterfinals. We get matched up against Bilbao from the Spanish league. So, good good to see them in the Champions League, but an interesting opponent. Out of all the other sides we've been matched, or we could have got matched up against, Bilbao is probably the least prestigious, I guess. Although we are in the year 2022, I believe, so they could be absolutely awesome by now. But anyways, let's get into leg number 1 and see if we can get one foot in the door to the semi-finals. Leg number 1, away. Let's get at it, boys. Let's see if we can pick up some away goals to give us a massive advantage heading into the second leg. Good to see Lindelof back in. Goretzka, second minute, gets an away goal. Could you ask for a better start? But Lindelof back from his suspension. Wilfried Zaha injured. That's not what we want. Goretzka, no! Misses a penalty. If we could have gone 2-0 up there, that would have been beautiful. But half an hour to go. We need a second goal. 2 away goals is so hard to come back from. Lozano, the Mexican, gives us a 2-0 advantage. Oh, they get a goal right at the death, which isn't not what we want, but a 2-1 advantage is hopefully going to be enough to get us over the line. God freaking damn it. I wanted to keep Wilfried Zaha for the entirety of the series. I wanted to keep him as a Champions League hero from the default squad, and if we manage to win it this year, Zaha's not going to be a part of it. An ACL injury, that sucks, man. That really sucks. So, leg number 2 here. What I've done is I've taken, obviously, Wilfried Zaha into the reserves. Memphis Depay back into the starting 11, and Lozano scoots over to the right-hand side. So, maybe it's not that big of a loss, but for a sentimental aspect, it's a huge loss. But we've gone 2-0 up here. Werner and Depay getting us some goals. So we're 4-1 up. And barring 3-0 now, 4-0. Holy shit, we're destroying them. So we're going to be going through to the Champions League 5-0. Oh my god. We're going to win this 7-1 on aggregate. Athletic Bilbao have just been absolutely murdered. This is where it gets really interesting. Juventus in the Champions League semi-finals. They did defeat Man City 2-1 in the last leg, so they definitely had a tougher time going than us. And if you look on the other side of the draw, the other semi-final, Real Madrid versus Bayern Munich. Hopefully, if we do manage to get through, we come up against Real Madrid, just because I don't want to have to verse Bayern Munich for the second rebuild in a row. But anyways, let's focus on getting ourselves there first. Let's get into the first leg, and let's hope the FIFA gods are on our goddamn side. The home leg is first up. Our biggest challenge, do not concede goals. I'm interested to see what type of side Juventus do have at their disposal. They do have Dybala, they have Gnabry, they got Matuidi still. Depay gives us the lead in the 11th minute. Who else do they have? Bernardeschi, Alexandro Schick, he gives them the away goal. That is not what we want. Good stuff. Will and E. Joshua Kimmich as well in there for them. Let's not concede another one. Timo Werner gives us a 2-1 advantage. They get a second away goal. Oh dear, so that is big for them, and they're going to head into the second leg with a big advantage on away goals. So a massive challenge here. We travel away to Turin as we take on Juventus in the Champions League semi-finals. Can we book ourselves a spot in the final? Come on, fellas. We need a win. We don't want to get a draw here because chances are if we draw, they'll go through. Bernardeschi gives them the lead. Rafinha equalizes. Let's get out in front. Let's get the lead. Come on. Depay gives us the lead. All right. Nothing happened for the rest of the game. If nothing else happens, we go through. Timo Werner, get in there. 3-1 up. Get in there. We're going to be going to the Champions League final. Schick brings it back, but it does not matter. We win 3-2. I am genuinely pumped, and we're going to be taking on either Real Madrid or Bayern Munich to win the Rebuild Challenge and the Champions League title. Come on, Palace. My wish has been granted. Crystal Palace versus Real Madrid in the 2022 Champions League final. I almost said World Cup final, but the Champions League final, Real Madrid, Crystal Palace. Real Madrid did defeat Bayern Munich 3-2 in their semi-final. So before we get into that final, let's have a look around the rest of the competitions. Spurs defeated PSG 2-1 in the Europa League final. We finished 3 points clear. or 3 points behind, winning the Premier League title for the first time in this episode. Although the good thing is, if we lose today against Real Madrid, we get another shot next season after finishing second, which is awesome. Manchester United knocked us out in the semi-finals of the FA Cup once again. They won against Spurs. And we are nowhere to be seen again in the League Cup. Chelsea, they went on to win that title. So we're going to go ahead here and have a look at our squad report. You guys know, if you've seen the rebuilds before we get into the Champions League final, I always like to go through the squad. And I'm not lying when I say that I think this is one of the best teams I have ever built in the rebuilds across FIFA 17 and FIFA 18. This squad is stacked. Leon Goretzka, 91 rated. What a dead set freak. But this side is stacked because not only is our starting 11 amazing, we have genuinely sick backups in virtually every position. Look at that, 89 rated Timo Werner. But virtually every position has an amazing backup. So a crazy rebuild. I hope you guys have enjoyed it, but it might still not be over. There is another chapter, the Champions League final against Real Madrid. Let's get into it.
Chasing the speed of sound, got me mesmerized. This light in your eyes has got me hypnotized. Motionless, lost in your direction. Crowded room with you in my perspective. Me and you, a composition waiting to be.
Can we steal the Champions League crown from Real Madrid in their own backyard? Let's find out. Here we go, Baba. We need a strong start. We're just going to go through here. Baba running through from distance. Oh, that would have been a great start. They're on the attack here, Tolisso. Oh, Ceballos through. Good stuff there from Leon Goretzka, though. Can we hit him on the counter? We're going to go over the top. Great ball from Rafinha. Timo Werner bringing it down. Can he finish? Into the corner. Save from Timo Horn. One Timo to another. We're cutting around though. Lozano. I see you at the back post. Oh, tipped over. They're on the attack here. Llorente. Come on. Oh, they're going through. Tolisso. They shoot. They've scored. They've scored that. They have actually scored that. What? How in the world have they scored that one with virtually no momentum? They have pinged that one top left-hand corner. Some of the goals I've conceded this year on FIFA are genuinely ridiculous. We were out of position. They shoot. How is he? I'm baffled. How has he found the top corner there? It's deflected off the player slightly. That is stupid. Good stuff from Rafinha. Here we go, boys. Timo Werner trying to get through. Timo Werner holding it up. Goes out wide there to Amianadu. Amianadu near post. Win it back, Amian. Amianadu! What has Real Madrid just done there? Oh my god, they have gifted us a goal. Amianadu, the right back, pushing up, putting pressure on Timo Horn. I want to see this one on the replay. They're running in. I just decided to sprint in at him. He's just passed it to us. And it's an open goal. Oh my god, you're not going to get better gifts than that on bloody Christmas morning. What a goal. Holy crap. Good stuff there from Hector Lozano. He's been good for us so far defensively. Timo Werner, cutting, trying to skill it. What ball possession this bloke has. Memphis Depay outside the box. I thought that was going to be the lead. Some nice passing play. Memphis Depay going to Baba. Our left back going in there. Falls down. Timo Werner. Weak fucking finish. Good stuff. Poor clearance though. Come on, don't let them. Good defense there from Kimpembe. Now can we get them on the counter? We're running through. Lozano. There's nobody there. Lozano. Phil Jones in chase. We're going to cut back around. Lozano through the legs. He missed. He missed it. How has he missed that one? And they've brought on James Rodriguez. No. They're on the attack here. Sane. Oh my god, I thought they just scored a screamer. Oh, we're off to extra time, fellas. I can't describe how sweaty my palms feel right now. I am beyond nervous. I hope you guys can sense the amount of passion I have for this game. This is the most enjoyable rebuild I think I've ever made, and I want us to win this. I need us to win this. This is going to be a classic. Good stuff from Memphis, going to Bubba. He's had a quality final. Our whole team's had a good game, to be honest. We deserve this win. Rafinha going through. Werner, he's onside. Oh, straight at Horn. I thought he was offside for all money. They're on the attack here, Real Madrid, putting their resources forward, ready to hit them on the counter, but Harry Kane in the box goes out to Sane for some reason. Going back in, Tolisso. Don't give them a penalty. No, it's fallen off the post. Are you kidding me? They've hit the post. Oh my god. We're going to make 2 substitutions here. Red Sauce and Andre Green on. Depay and Adu off for stamina reasons. Both had amazing games, but we need the stamina, especially on the counter. Oh no. Oh no. Cover hole. What a tackle from Red Sauce. Oh my god. Do we have time to get them on the counter attack here? We're going through. Green. Get a touch. No, Green. What was that? No. I pressed Y to play the through ball to Timo Werner. We would have been one-on-one. We're off to penalties. Oh, God. My heart is... I got friggin' butterflies at the moment, guys. This is intense. A crazy Champions League final is off to penalties. Don't screw us over. FIFA gods, please. Here we go, boys. Penalty shootout. Harry Kane, the first man up. Which way is he going to go? I'm saying he's going to go to the right-hand side. Harry Kane is going to the right-hand side. He steps up. He hit it over. Harry Kane hit it over the crossbar. Come on. Timo Werner. We're going to go to the right-hand side here. Timo Werner to the right. He puts it in the side. Perfect start. Can we save this one? James Rodriguez. He's going to go to the right-hand side. He's going to go right. He goes left. God damn it. Lozano. They're going to go right again. Lozano going for the top right-hand corner. Beautiful penalty. Timo Horn not even diving. The Ox. Surely he's going to go to the right, isn't he? He chips it. What are you thinking? What is with the AI? All right, I'm going to go left this time. Rafinha. What is Real Madrid thinking? He's missed it. Rafinha's missed it. Oh, God. All right, Tolisso's going to the left-hand side on this one. This is a big opportunity. Can we save it? We do! Jack Butland with the save. Read that one like a book. And now, I believe it is up to the substitute, Andre Green, or whatever his name is, Green, to finish this one. Please. We're going to go to the right-hand side. Green. Please. Green. There it is! We win the Champions League with Crystal Palace. Rebuild complete, fellas. What an insane rebuild. One of the greatest rebuilds we have ever done. One of the most enjoyable rebuilds we have ever done. And one of the most intense Champions League finals. Fellas, if you enjoyed, what a penalty, but what if you enjoyed today's rebuild, make sure that you leave a like on the video. Make sure you scorpion kick that subscribe button if you are new around here. Check out my social media links and all that good stuff linked down below. But most importantly, I hope you have a fantastic day. It has been JarradHD here. Enjoy the title celebrations. I'm out. Peace. Oh my god. What a fucking rebuild. Holy fuck.
And your hope, a part of me wants to never get so long now. I have found a way to break free from you and I. So long now. A way to break free from you and I, you and I.
keeps coming back to you, pulling me down. Everything I heard was true.